There's whole groups that think, as we get to some of the doom and gloom or later, that AI could kill us and take all the jobs and everything else we'll talk about. And they're like, yeah, we need to stop all production. And I just think it's unrealistic, because if we stop, China's not stopping.
Yeah.
Russia's not stopping. I mean,
not a chance.
No,
It just makes us more vulnerable, right?
Right. And so I think it's interesting. Some of the people that we'll talk about that are warning that this could kill us are also moving. They're the people pushing it forward the fastest, which again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So,
there's the whole like Terminator Skynet scenario is one set of fears. And, while I could poo-poo that, and I think I even did poo-poo that in a previous episode, I also want to say I get it. Like, saying that Skynet's not going to happen is like saying the Jetsons isn't going to happen. Like, who knows? Is it possible? Sure. Is it probable? I don't think so. But the people who make that argument, like, I could see that. Well, now, the China thing, though, that's for real. And so now you have to ask yourself, like, if the data, I mean, I'm a scientist, so I want to look at the actual data and see what the real data says, but I've got to imagine computers are going to be better drivers than.
Yeah, I tried to
pull it quick.
I tried to pull this up quick, and I'm getting a lot of different stuff here, but I roughly remember the numbers of the average car gets in an accident every 200,000 to 300,000 miles. The average Tesla human driven is more like every 800,000 to 900,000 miles. So it was like 3x.
Yeah.
And on self-driving, it was something like 8 or 8.5 million miles. Yeah. And I will just tell you, like Austin, we have Teslas all over. Drive around and see how many of them have body damage.
Yeah.
It's really, really rare, right?
Well, and to be fair, that body damage may come from somebody hitting a Tesla,
right.
not a Tesla hitting something else.
Right. So, and it's interesting for me to watch this, and people, when I tell them, I get in the car, I push a button and it just drives itself. They're like, you trust it? I'm like, man, if you just get in there, you realize it drives better than humans. And
well, it's funny. People self-report. Most humans would self-report they're better than average. And just by definition, you can't have more than half the population better than average.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm not saying it won't ever get in an accident, but we have this weird standard as humans. If we get, let's just say humans, we get in 10 accidents, right? But if somebody's in self-driving and in the same number of miles it gets in one accident, people are like, see, that's the computer. If that was a human, that went, even though humans are, 10, or I think the numbers we just looked at is probably closer to 30 times less likely to get in an accident, right?
It's a great way of just pointing to like when emotion drives us, right?